We got In and Out this last summer. Haven't been up there yet. It's like a 45-minute drive from my house. I don't care though. To me, it's a franchise burger place. So how good could it be? I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. I guess I'm interested to try it, but I also don't care. And now Whataburger's coming, which is like the rival. So now I don't know what to think or what to do or what to try first, I guess. I'm an LA Rams fan, so I think I'm supposed to like In-N-Out. Is that the rule? And I hate Whataburger, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but now we get both. So if you guys are not part of the both crew, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with our fan quesos. Brought to you guys by Shaw's Customs. And there'll be links below wherever you guys are seeing or watching me or listening to me or whatever way you're soaking this content in. There'll be links below. And right now, you can get 25% off. You just at checkout, you're going to use Rams Showcase 25, and that's until like April 20 something. I mean, it's a decent 25th, I think. It's around that time frame. And right now you can get 25% off, so make sure you guys go do it. I don't know if you guys how well you could see my shot glass here. It's got the LA Rams logo. Rams Showcase mug over here. Rams Showcase mask back here. I've got a Rams Showcase decal over here. I love Rams Showcase, and so should you. But you guys should also let them know that if you guys type in comments, if you guys order something, it's just listed as Rams. Well, if you type in the comment section, you want the Rams Showcase logo, he can do it for you. I promise he can do it for you. And we'll also be doing giveaways when we bring back live shows, which I'm hoping to bring back decently soon. So stay tuned on that one. We'll keep everybody updated via social media on the happenings of the live shows coming back. We'll do trivia questions or something like that to do some sick giveaways. But let's get into our fan quesos. This first couple here come from Tyler. Tyler, by the way, dude, go Avs, first of all. I mean, Avs are crushing it right now. And I know that you're an Avs fan, and you're like one of the only people I know that's a Rams fan and an Avs fan, and those are like my two favorite teams in the universe. So I feel like we're right here, dude. We're right here. We just need to go get beers and watch some sports together, because apparently we'd be high-fiving a lot because we like the same teams. So let's get into it. Where do you see Djax fitting in? Depth and scheme. Probably 4-string under Jefferson. I would put him more of a 3 guy. I think he and Jefferson's going to get more playing time than he did last year, but I would put him and Jefferson kind of splitting time a little bit. For a few reasons. Jefferson's young. Djax is a little bit injury history full, and I would say that'll probably happen, but I'll be honest, I don't think that it's unrealistic that Djax will be the punt returner and kick returner for the LA Rams this season. Simba makes me nervous. Everybody makes me nervous back there. So maybe Djax, maybe he's what we need to hold down that spot for the time being. So I think that's kind of the fit there. Look for kind of a Brandon Cooks-ish kind of role in some ways. He's not going to be a number 1. He's not going to be on the field all the time, but he is going to be that deep threat. But I also think we'll see a lot of crossers and stuff like that. You'll see a lot of, Woods taking off the top and him coming underneath, stuff like that. We'll see a lot of that kind of stuff. Next one here from Tyler. With Blythe gone, where do you see the Rams going for the center position? Could be in-house, man. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Coleman Shelton is the underdog here, and I think he's the sleeper a little bit, and I wouldn't be overly stunned to see him get the job. Brian Allen makes total sense as well, but the Rams could be going out of house. I have no idea. We'll see what happens there, but Coleman Shelton and Brian Allen, I think are two legitimate replacements that are already here, so you wouldn't need to make any moves. Next here from Tyler, and with only being April, do you see Stafford in the race for MVP? Because I do. I don't know yet, man. It's I want to see him in a McVay offense first. We've only ever seen him in Detroit with a worse offensive line, not as deep receivers as far as number of weapons. Calvin Johnson's better than the Rams have right now. And a better defense, stuff like that, so we can get maybe a little bit more risky, I guess, which is not necessarily something I would like to see, but it's possible that it happens because we do have a good defense. So, will he be in the race for MVP? I truly think that this Matthew Stafford addition, and I realize that it's not all the way across the board, I think it's being overlooked a little bit. I think that this Stafford addition is massive, and I think that this is going to be one of those moves that we look back on in like 10 years and be like, man, do you remember when we brought in Stafford, though, and no one thought that he was going to make this big of an impact? I really think that could be the situation where Stafford, I think, is going to be known as a Ram when he retires, not a Lion. And I think that a big part of that is because of what these next, realistically, 7 years look like. 7, 8, I would put it, that we'll get out of Stafford. So, yeah, I think it's possible. I would say, though, this season, don't bank on it. Next season, I think that's the one. Quarterbacks usually take a big jump year 1 to year 2 in a system. And next one here from Tyler. And do you see the Rams doing what they usually do in this year's draft? I mean, yeah, I don't think it gets too crazy. Draft day, as far as Rams fans go, pretty lowbrow stuff. I mean, we're typically taking guys that most fans don't know about. The scouting department for the Rams has been super, super strong, but Brad Holmes, the director of college scouting, former, is now the GM of the Detroit Lions. So we'll see how that kind of impacts, because I do think that actually is a big impact. You know, Holmes was with the Rams since 2003, and I mean, we saw what that did. I mean, of course he was there for the dark era, as I refer to it as, but he was also part of the buildup, and I think he's got a good eye. So was it him? Was it him crushing all these picks, or is it Snead? We're gonna find out. We are absolutely gonna find out. Cody says, feelings on the 17-game season, which obviously is going to mess up the records. Not a fan of it here. You know, yeah, I mean, records are made to be broken, and it doesn't bother me. You know, I realize that the Rams have some that are really cool, but, you know, it's more football. And for that reason, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, guys. It's going to mess up records. Yeah, probably. But I mean, records fall. It's fine. Because we'll still know, like, once somebody breaks Eric Dickerson's record, which is likely. I mean, Peterson got, 7 yards short of it or something? Like, I used to beat it every single year in Madden. But with that, though, we'll always separate it. We'll always separate the eras. This is the start of a new era, a new records era. And so once somebody breaks that, they'll say, yeah, this guy has the single season rushing yards record. We'll say that for sure. But what we'll also say is, yeah, but this was done in 16 games. It'll always be separate. Dickerson's record will always hold now. And in my mind, going to a 17-game season doesn't mean that the Dickerson record will fall and it'll just be over. It solidifies it. In my mind, going to a 17-game season takes all those records in the 16-game era and just locks them in, because no one's going to compare. No one's going to go back and compare and say, well, this guy threw this many yards in 17 games, but this guy did it in 16. Well, it's not going to matter. Those records are now locked in. They're held now. Next one from Cody is Matthew Stafford going to come on the show? Dude, I hope so. That'd be so sick. I would love to talk to Stafford. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Next one from Cody, 17-game season. Can Stafford break the passing yards record before he leaves LA? And Jostradamus, how many quarterbacks break it in year 1 of the 17-game season? I don't even know what the record is, man. Let me look it up. I'm going to look at this up while I ramble a little bit so that I can figure this out. Will Stafford break it? Dude, I mean, Stafford's a yards guy. I mean, he very well could break that record. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities at all. Because Stafford is a guy. Okay, 5.477. I mean, that's a lot of yards, guys. Peyton Manning did that in 2013 with the Broncos. He was slinging it that year, though. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the first year. I think that adding a game might make teams just a touch less pass happy. Maybe we see a little bit more running now with more games. Will you let fans decide your tattoo if Stafford gets a Super Bowl? And if not, would you let Stafford pick your tattoo? Okay, first of all, yes. I'll do that. I love tattoos, dude. I love getting new tattoos. I got my sheriff badge over here. It says Sheriff Joe Bags on it. This right here, this is my newest one. I don't know if you guys noticed it or not. Doesn't really matter to me. It's a hippo on some pancakes. And yeah, I would absolutely do this. What I would say, though, is I would want to get like 4 or 5 options together and then have it be a vote. And it doesn't have to be my options. It's not me just saying like the next 5 tattoos that I want and then having people vote on it. I would take suggestions on it, but I would have to do it like that, because I wouldn't want like a like a tattoo of like Donald Duck in a Seahawks jersey or something like that. Like I wouldn't want it to be something ridiculous, like a hippo on pancakes or something. So, yeah, I would totally do that. Absolutely, I would do that. If Stafford wins us the Super Bowl, man, yeah, we'll lock it in and get a tattoo. And I would let Stafford pick another one. I'll let y'all pick one. I'll let Stafford pick one. Let's do this. Let's ink it up. I'm a big fan of tattoos. I'm all about, like just doing what you like. And if you like tattoos, get some. And I like them, so I'm gonna get some. If you guys don't do it. Don't do it then. Maybe go high voice. Next one here from Cody. Outside of the quarterback change, why does the LA Rams get no love? I think Stafford could shatter expectations in year one. I'm tempering my own expectations, but I'm really excited. I like as more time goes on, the more I'm like, you know what? This could be a really good move. Did high voice again on you guys. 2 times Cody made me do high voice. What is happening here? But yeah, I think that Stafford's going to do awesome. The quarterback change is really, that's a big change. Did lose some guys. I don't like losing Josh Reynolds. I know it's a pretty low impact. Gerald Everett, pretty low impact. We didn't use him. I think he'll do really, really well with the Seahawks. We just didn't utilize him. I think he got lost in the number of weapons that the Rams have. And, then, of course, Johnson leaving, that sucks. Troy Hill leaving, that sucks. Brockers leaving, that sucks. So, yeah, we lose some guys, but I think that the Rams did get better. On offense, at least, the Rams got better. Defense, the reason that I think that the Rams defense got better is because we go from Brandon Staley to Raheem Morris. And I know that Staley did a really good job, but Raheem Morris, I think, is just a better defensive coordinator. We only saw 1 year of Staley, and he crushed it. But I still would say, if you gave me the choice today, if you were like, all right, if Sean McVay called me and was like, all right, Joe, we need you to make this decision. Do we bring back Staley, or do we go with Raheem Morris? I would choose Raheem Morris myself. I don't know if that's wrong or not. Next one here from Cody. Cardinals potentially being overrated. I think that they're as big as a worry in our division with their head coach, in my opinion. I don't know if that made sense to me. I think the Cards very likely could still end up dead last in the NFC West this year. Thoughts? They got better. Their roster is not the worst in the NFC West, but their coaching staff is. The reason that I think that the Cardinals have a chance to be really good this year, the reason that I don't think it happens is because their coaching staff. I'm not a fan of their coaching staff. Their fans aren't big on Cliff. I don't think Vance Joseph is worth a damn. And I don't know, guys. It's just their coaching staff is the weakest in the NFC West. Easy. Why haven't we gotten any cheap vets chasing a ring so far? Will that change with potential success with Stafford? Maybe next year we see that happen a little bit more often, but I think that the reason we haven't seen it this year is because, like, cheap vets, I mean, vets are still expensive, and especially if these guys are ring chasing, the reason that they'd be ring chasing is because they've had a strong career. So they come at a cost. We saw what J.J. Watt went to the Cardinals for. I mean, it wasn't just nickels, man. So yeah, that's a tough one, but I would say maybe next year we see a little bit more of that, depending on how Stafford actually does look as an LA Ram. I hope Niners take Mac Jones and get devoured by Donald. Any predictions on that or the Rams draft sleepers? I have no draft sleepers for you, man. It's April now, so we're good to start getting in there. But if I know about the sleepers, then I guarantee at least 30 teams know about the sleepers, because I'm not a big draft guy. There is draft content out there from other Rams YouTubers and podcasters that's a lot stronger than anything that I can provide you guys, because I don't really pay that close attention to college football. I watch Texas A&M games, and that's it. That's the only team I really watch. If Air Force is on TV, I'll catch those as well. Go home team, but that's really all. If you guys have questions about Texas A&M, guys, I will be able to answer those for you guys. But as far as draft sleepers, I don't know anybody from like Temple who's going to kick some butt cheeks this year. I'm just not sure. Next one here. Do we bring... Oh, wait. To answer that, though, Mac Jones, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. I think that the 49ers go Trey Lance. It is March 31st today, and I think that the Mac Jones stuff is crap. I think it's a smokescreen. I think the Justin Fields moves and their private workouts and visits and stuff, I think that's a smokescreen. I think they go Trey Lance. It makes total sense to me that they would go Trey Lance. All right, next one here. Do we bring in somebody for McVay to potentially develop a quarterback in this draft behind Stafford, or is the staff happy with Wolford? Ow. Awu was not written there. That was my addition. I don't think this year. Stafford's only 33, and I realize that some people feel like that's really old. But first of all, shame on you, because I'll be 30 in a couple months, and it makes me sad. But I think that people are looking at Matthew Stafford being 33 as like that. That's too old. The Super Bowl MVP just now, 43 years old, 10 years older than Matthew Stafford. Are they different people? Very much so, different people. Very much so. But Matthew Stafford goes from Detroit to LA. Gets a little bit better protection, gets a little bit more rollouts in his offensive scheme. I think he gets a little bit less beat up moving forward than he has in the past in Detroit. That's just going from Detroit to LA, though. That's just how that works. That being said, I think that him being 33, I think we really do have a good 7-8 years out of him. And for that reason, I would say going quarterback this season doesn't make any sense. The Wolf can get it done. He can be the backup, and I have no issues if Stafford goes out and we need to see the Wolf in a game. That doesn't really bother me. I like the Wolf. I don't want to see him as a full-time starter for the LA Rams, but I like him on the bench, if that makes any sense. Kind of the way I felt about Case Keenum. I liked Case Keenum as the Rams' backup quarterback. Didn't want to see him as every week starter, but I liked him on the bench. Felt that way about a lot of Rams quarterbacks, actually. Austin Davis was one. Maybe that one is probably like the least realistic, or the one that makes the least amount of sense with that, but either way. But yeah, I would say that this year is not the year to go quarterback. I think that Stafford and Wolf, and don't forget, we also brought in Duck Hodges, and we also still have Bryce Perkins. So I think that room's pretty full right now, and I think we do go into the season with Stafford and Wolf, and I think that's fine. And probably it's possible that Duck and Perkins go on the practice squad, but I would say it's probably going to be Perkins. And last one here from Cody, GM of the Rams, Sheriff Joe Bags. How do you make this team better over the next 2 or 3 years to have a shot at a trophy? Dude, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that we're as far out as some people think. Oh, that was it, guys. The clip's over. But let's check out another video right here. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe. I need you to subscribe. I need it. It's the air that I breathe. The subscribes. It's the air that I breathe. Go Rams.